From there, we're into the wing tab. So when you press it, it lights green. That means you're into the actual wing fold page. So B is your inner or main wings. So again, it's a red tab, so you press and hold it while you're unfolding the main wings. And then when the main wings are down, then you press and hold the outer wings. So those are press and hold for each wing option. So always unfold main wings or inner wings first, and then outer wings second. From there, the auxiliary tab, pressing it, lights up green. It brings us up the actual smart hitch options. So with this style control box, there is calibration. So initially what we have is the on-off switch, which is the same. So you press it, it lights up green, it's on. And from there, we also do have manual shifts. So we could shift the drill left or right with the actual manual switches to bring it back to the home position or center, so that it can be actually pinned for transport back in the center position. So we do always recommend that the smart hitch is pinned back to center. That way it doesn't have the actual hitch tongue moving from left to right, which I'll show you later on here today. If you look at D, it's showing you nothing on the screen because what it has is an actual hidden calibration key in there. So down in the bottom corner here, there's an actual calibration activation key, and we'll go through the options of it later on when we get to the smart hitch and how we're going to utilize that to calibrate it. So we want to just make sure everyone knows that there is a calibration key within this lower portion here. So once that goes into a calibration mode through the activation key, we then have the actual calibration number. And the calibration number is going to change, and what it's actually changing and what you're calibrating is we're wanting to always look for level. So we're going to be leveling the actual smart hitch sensor discs, and from there the actual calibration number will change once it knows where level is. So that is being operated with what's called a Hall effect sensor, which is simply reading proximity. So when we look at the actual schematic from the other ones, if you guys notice those ones to what's operating with these, this wire schematic is got a lot more wiring going on within it. So we went from two 3-pin plugs for the most part up to 2 4-pin plugs plus 2 more connections that go along with it. So it becomes a lot more wiring involved with it when you go into the actual touchscreen as far as the operation. So off of the actual touchscreen here, the harness does look the same. It comes out and it branches out the same as the other control box. So off of the side here, it has just like a can style connector, and at that point the main power and ground come out of the side of that actual control. And so at that point, white is ground again, and we'll have what's either red or orange, which will be power. So it changed in between different fuse links that come out of the panel, but with this style it typically was either red or orange. So what it operated with was a newer style flat 30 amp fuse, so a new style, more of a new style automotive fuse. The actual switch to turn it on and off is on the side. So to actually turn the control on is simply a switch on the side. So now where we talked about the actual quick dump there being utilized, that's to relieve the actual pressure to keep everything else operating. So should someone have utilized the purple wire, where on the other switch box it was a blue wire, so on this one, if they utilize the purple wire, that will supply 12 volt power. So when you turn on the actual opener pressure switch, through the purple wire it supplies 12 volt power. Now one thing I want to make sure you understand is that on the other one I described how you can take power out of it or you can put power back into it. With this SeedMaster touchscreen you cannot. You can only get 12 volt power from the purple wire when you turn the opener pressure switch on. You cannot reverse it. You cannot put power to that purple wire and send it back into this control. It does not have the option for it. So you do always have to operate with the actual hard key there. By reversing it, you will likely cause damage to the box. The other thing I want to point out is that if you happen to mix up power and ground when you're connecting it to a battery, this does not have a switch over inside this box, so you can actually burn the touchscreen out of it. So to replace this control, originally and still today, it's retails at $4,600. So it's not something that we want to hook up wrong the first time and then learn how to do it properly the second. So again, it is basic operation. Now this control is actually being used right up through the 2013 models, through the toolbars that are operating with packing force and things like that. So it started in, there'll be a few models that stem back into 2010 maybe that had packing force added, where they're auto adjust. So you have to utilize this control to actually get the function of auto adjust packing force sensors. And from there, it is basically only operating the actual drill functions, the fold, unfold, and opener pressure and auto adjust packing force sensor from basically 2012 and 13 through those models. So being that in the newer ones we've gone for the actual tank metering to operate through the Raven Viper Pro. So that is the actual drill control for up until 2013.